T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
You are now tapped into the coolest reptile podcast in the world. Welcome to episode 356, new Breed on the Block series. I'm my guy Keno from Windy City Chondros coming through for us tonight. But I hope you guys are ready. Is this your first time tapping in? What is good? I'm your boy MJ. Do your boy MJ a favor. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. That way you're on top of every single podcast I drop here on this channel. If you're into keeping reptiles, breeding, admiring, wanting to learn more about them, all the above, this is the channel to be a part of. So make sure you smash that notification bell. And then if you listen to Trap Talk Reptile Podcast and all the other audio platforms such as Buzzsprout, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all the major ones, don't forget to like, review, and subscribe. Much love and respect, man. I gotta say thank you to all the ongoing love and support throughout the years, all my viewers, all my subscribers. Shout out to my Patreon members. Okay, I gotta tell you, my Patreon members are growing by the day. Thank you so much, guys. If you're looking out there for exclusive content, especially if you're new to the reptile game, or let's just say you only work with one reptile and you're sick of it, you're like, you know what? I need to at least learn about more reptiles, or I need to inquire more reptiles. Either way, don't sleep on the Trap Talk Patreon family. I'm telling you right now. Go down to the very first link you see in the description below. Click it. Join the Trap Talk Patreon family. And as soon as you join the Patreon family, you will get a link to the Trap Talk Discord. Discord has over 170 trappers nonstop chopping it about reptiles. You can even inquire, sell, whatever, trade, do it, man. Everyone is verified, certified in the family. Okay, we also look out for each other. No one's getting scammed. None of that shit. Hell no, man. We all growing together. No, honestly, my Patreon members, thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Exclusive content, of course. When I have these podcasts coming out now that are pre-recorded, the uncut versions of them, like the director cut of these podcasts that I have scheduled. That's right. I'm not going to be doing just pure lives anymore, guys. We're transitioning just a tad bit. Still going to be doing lives, but just ain't all about the lives. Okay. So with that being said, I will be doing pre-recorded shows, and the raw, unedited, uncut versions, like the Rodney episode, will be available on Patreon for all the family members to watch anytime they want. Okay, so if you want to be on top of exclusive content like that, and you want to come fuck with the trappers, like I said, first link below, join the Trap Talk Patreon family and come fuck with us. Tonight's episode is brought to you by the #1 reptile show in the country, Reptile Super Show, happening very soon. What is it? Oh my God, June 26th. We're almost there, guys. We are almost there. Anaheim Convention Center, July 8th through the 9th. Reptile Super Show. Who's ready? Who's going? It's going to be a time. You can catch me there. Ship Your Reptiles. Matthew Summers. Just to name a couple off the top of my head. There's going to be some heavy hitters at the Reptile Super Show. So make sure you come on by. And, even visitors. Let me just say, I got some tough ones flying in to hang out with your boy and all the other attendees at the Reptile Super Show. All the Patreon members that are going to pull up. It's going to be a time, man. I got to tell you right now, if you could make it to the Reptile Super Show, go to the Reptile Super Show, and you can thank me later. You feel me? Rami, keep up the good work. You are a real one. If you're looking for the best PVC built enclosures in the game, the sickest, sleekest, freshest designed PVC enclosures built by my homies, Steven and Ashley, Flex in Texas all day, every day. That's Focus Cube Habitats. Please head over to Focus Cube Habitats on Instagram. Go to their website, put in an order. What is displayed behind me is all Focus Cube Habitats. And in front of me and on the sides, I'm in the focus room. Shit. Thank you so much, Steve and Ashley. You guys are the truth. And I really mean that. I owe this room to you guys, man. I really do. I just love it. The feeling's great. And seriously, the future's here, guys. Steve and Ashley, Focus Cube Habitat. Last but not least, this episode's also brought to you by Gary Shavino, my favorite reptile content creator on YouTube. just my opinion. This guy is the man, not just in chondros, many other species of reptiles. The guy's been tapped in longer than most of you guys been born, and that's a fact. Almost me. I don't want to put an age cap on Gary, but the guy is just a gem to have in the industry. And just want to say thank you so much, Gary, for your support. Shout out to the Lost Boys. And yeah, man, people like this is what makes this hobby worth being in, but also leading by example. You know, this hobby can introduce you to some of the best people on earth. And I've said this plenty of times, and this guy's one of them. So Gary, hope you're doing well. Congratulations on life, buddy. You know, it was just his daughter's birthday, and yeah, man, shout out to the entire Shavino family, especially you, Gary. Thank you so much for your love and support. Guys, go give me a follow on Instagram. Okay, if you're on Instagram, go follow your boy MJ Trap Talk God 619, and then go follow the podcast's Instagram page as well, Trap Talk Reptile Podcast. If you're on Facebook, show me some love on Facebook. Don't only follow me, but hit that like button. Don't be a Gilligan. You know what I mean? Like, are you serious? You hit the follow button, hit the like button. Otherwise, you're just making it known that you're just a hater. Just telling you. Two things. That's all you got to do. We're good. We're good. All right. If you could please handle that, that'd be great. Live chats, early birds. I'm about to get to you guys. I got to tell you, we're going to get deep into some passionate conversations with green tree pythons. Okay. Me and my guy go back. We actually go back a few years. Been following my boy Keno, and he's been following me for a while now. So if you have a topic, you have a question, or if you just want to give props, if you think that this channel or this episode is worth a super chat and you're in the live chats and you think it's cracking, drop a super chat. Doesn't matter what the amount, drop a super chat. Super chats get priority inside the live chat. So if you have anything you want to say or mention for tonight, or if you want to show love, super chat that shit all day, every day. Because there's no nation like donation. Where'd I hear that at? Oh man. Anyways, hey, early birds, who's here? Who's ready to rock and roll? I know I'm ready to fucking rock and roll tonight, man. It's gonna be a good night. I got all my Patreon members I see in the building. Sunshine State Sulfurs, the homie West in the building. Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Row 5.0 pulling up to the Reptile Super Show, and he's coming to the trap for that VIP hang sesh. Listen, you know, unfortunately, I couldn't do a fucking blowout trap talk or trap fest this year, but whatever. Patreon members know if they want to roll up, they can roll up. Ro is rolling up with his daughter, and I cannot wait. We're having a good time. See you in a couple weeks, Ro. Appreciate you. Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Miller's Menagerie in the building. Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Big Mike, 1776. Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Also, super heavy in the chondro game. Getting there. You know, he's working. I'm telling you right now, all designers, all hitters, don't sleep on my boy Mike. He has a bunch of Socrates shit. That's all I got to say. Heartland Reptiles in the building. Jordan, Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Travis Gordon in the building. TNS Reptiles. Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Julio Fulio in the building. Trap Talk Patreon member all day, every day. Justin Campbell in the building. Trap Talk Patreon member. Levi. Let's see. What's Levi saying now? Let's go. Get a double dose of Windy City. What the fuck? Levi. Trap Talk Patreon member. Ladies and gentlemen, what am I going to do with this guy? All right, BPs, what's good? All right, let's go. All right, you know, listen, Jack BP's in the building. Thank you so much for being here. Aaron Bosa in the building. What's up, Aaron? Appreciate you so much. Noble Family Geckos in the building. I salute you as well. Mark Curry's the man, first and foremost. Trap Talk Patreon member. But also, I see like this huge transition in Mark where he's just fucking with chondros now. I need to maybe confirm this with him, but whatever move you're doing, Mark, God bless you. You have my blessing, and I want you to go big in the paint. That's my boy Mark Curry. Go give him a follow on Instagram, please. Eric's Morph Factory in the building. What's up, player? The homie Big Emilio Villarino. Thank you so much for that care package. That's my dog. Please go give him a follow on Instagram. Seriously, one of the best fucking individuals we have in the ball python community. That's a fact. They got the homie Alvaro. Sorry, I don't know why I couldn't say that name. Alvaro in the building. Clover's Reptiles, be ready. Next Monday night, he will be on New Breed on the Block series because he's killing it in the hognose game, and we got to get that hognose talk back in the building. Not that I'm getting any hognoses. Relax, people, but just saying it's going down. All right. Listen, we're going to end this in style, and I like this guy. He's one of my favorite Canadians. Hands down, it's my boy Jaffe. Jaffe Exotics in the building. What is up, Jaffe? Hope you're ready to get down, bro, because I know I am. Guys, listen, it's game time. Enough is enough. Do what you got to do to get your mind right. Do what you got to do to stay hydrated. But it's going down right now. New Breed on the Block series with my boy Keno, episode 356. Listen, get the likes up right now. Get that out of the way. My boy deserves all the likes in the world. Ratio, get that up. Episode 356, New Breed on the Block series coming at you right now. Let's go. Chee! You ready for do more in the future? Trap Talk podcasts?
Yes.
Man.
Only Trap Talk. Exclusive.
Yes.
Exclusive. Oh.
So stop calling us.
Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the crop, gotta love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with everybody, we do it. Everybody, we do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up with the rub the spot, get the club to pop. When I come up.
And we're live. Windy City Chondro business. Let's go. What is up, Keno?
What's up, man? You ain't tell me you had that because I would have put the strobe light in the background. You know what I'm saying?
Come on, Keno. This ain't
You know
your
what
first
I'm
time.
saying?
You know how I get down, bro. Come on.
I would have brought the disco ball out. You know what I'm saying? With the strobe light, get the
that's pretty
smoke in this bitch.
That's pretty handy to have right there. Is that one of your props for the Chondro bar? I just want to say shout out to Chondro bar out there. But is that one of your props that you use? Because I got to say, I mean,
honestly, I don't even use no props. This is a damn flashlight I use on my head when I'm feeding Neos at night.
Okay, I got you.
It just happened to have a strobe light mode.
Damn.
Man, I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? I ain't had no glow sticks because, I was inspired.
Hey, bro, how far we go back, man? I mean, you've been fucking with me. I've been fucking with you for like at least 3-4 years now, right? I mean, from what I understand, how long you've had your page on Instagram for?
My Instagram, I think I started my page in it might have been 2018. I think October 2018, something like that.
Damn, so
maybe a little bit after that.
About going on 4 years, and it's always been about chondros as far as why you had an Instagram page, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I started the Instagram page because a lot of my family don't like snakes. So I ain't want to bog their feed down. And how I was gonna come, I'm like, hey, look, the people, the ones that like this, follow me here.
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna flood y'all how it's gonna be.
Man, I mean, listen, I've had multiple black keepers. Shout out to all the black keepers in the building, all the black keepers we have in the industry, all the Mexican, all the Asians, all the minority keepers. Shout out to you guys. But man, the black homies, the black homies got it pretty rough with their fellow family members and stuff for the most part. Not everyone's on board with reptiles from what I've seen.
Yeah, but I mean, well, for the most part, we was taught that the snakes are the devil and they evil, and all snakes are poisonous. So,
right.
When you grow up ingrained with that thought process, it's easy to keep carrying that on, and then and then it didn't make it no better that my mother, she only had one brother, and he used to chase her with fake snakes, or like rubber snakes when they was kids, and torture her with shit like that. So it was no snakes.
That's a hard thing too, Keno, is like, I try to I don't try not to roll my eyes when someone's like, I'm terrified of snakes. And I'm like, okay, well, relax. Cause some of them just have a traumatizing experience. I mean, some of them just like had a brother or sister, like throwing one around them. Like, here's the thing, bro, I don't fuck with spiders. And if someone were to come with a tarantula in my face, and I would not want to harm the tarantula, but I'm smacking something. I'm smacking something as hard as I can. And I'm running for the hills. and that's just my phobia. So I get it, but I
Yeah.
mean, it's how many family members have you turned? Like, what I mean by that, how many family members seen your shit and like, okay, this ain't that bad. This is pretty good. Have you had any of that situation yet?
Nah, I ain't really tried to force it though.
Right.
I don't really
So they're
give a
not
damn.
even asking questions. They're not even like, hey, can I just see?
Nah,
what it
but most of my I got my younger cousins, like the young crowd that's like 15 and under, they all like, you know, they follow the page and they checking out what's going on. He be like,
Good.
yeah, cuz this one, yeah, that's a nice one there. I done took him to our local reptile house a couple times. So
Shout out to the youth.
the young ones do, you know what I'm saying? And them the ones, you know, I'm really trying to touch. So that's all.
So born and raised in Chicago, I'm assuming, or let's talk about where you're from.
Actually, I was born in Michigan.
Okay, what part of Michigan?
I was born in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Kalamazoo. Okay, I know where that's at.
I stayed there. I wasn't. Let's just say my parents was traveling through, and while my mother was pregnant, and I was born in Kalamazoo, Michigan. I stayed there probably for like 9 hours or something like that. And
9 hours?
Came right back to Chicago. I guess just long enough for her to have a baby.
Damn.
And, had a labor, and then came back to Chicago. But
okay,
I'm born and raised in Chicago.
What part of Chicago?
South side.
On
the south side. Yeah.
All right. I'm a very I have so many reasons why I love Chicago, right? It all started with Rookie of the Year. I don't know if you remember that movie, Rookie of the Year. It was that kid with the arm. He breaks his arm. He can throw really fast.
Yeah.
Wrigley Field has always been like one of my most best. I'm a baseball player, old baseball player. So Wrigley Field's been one of my favorite fields of all time. So that was the always reason why I've always loved Chicago, right? And then I learned about.
So what you mean you left? You used to live here?
No, love. Like I'm telling,
love. Okay,
I have a certain connection and love for Chicago. Like, you know, ever since being a young kid.
No, I just misheard you. My bad.
Yeah, no, you're good. And it kept leading to other things, right? So it was that movie, baseball, and then food, right? You guys have some of the best restaurants in the world in Chicago. And then it was, you know, it was the music scene. I'm not gonna lie, man. Fucking, it's as much as it sounds weird coming out of 37-year-old's mouth. The drill music was fucking like I was really tapped into that shit, man. Just because I was, you know, rap music in San Diego, like gangster rap and shit like that was something I was always, not that I wanted to be gangster. I just listened to that shit. And, you know, that's a real wild west over where that shit.
So was the drill music like your first exposure to like the Chicago music scene in general?
Well, I mean, other than house music, because I'm big on house music, right?
Okay, because you know the Frankie Knuckles and all that.
You know, R.I.P.
So
Knuckles, man.
R.I.P. So you was never no comment, no do or die, no crucial conflict.
Yeah. So I did, but they weren't Wu-Tang and shit like that. You know, I was a huge like either East Coast or West Coaster, right? And whoever was in the mid, I maybe just didn't know they were from Chicago or whatnot. You know, I just
and I wasn't East Coast. I was Midwest and West Coast.
Yeah,
I wasn't fucking with that nigga shit.
Yeah. But you know, listen, I like shit that's not commercial. Like I love shit that isn't going to be played on the radio, even though a lot of this shit is. I mean, go figure. But you know, think about like gangster rap music back in the day was frowned upon, and nobody really fucked with that shit other than people our age. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyways, and then you know the drill music, and then Tinley Park. You know, then I was like, holy shit! I get to go to. I had no reason other like no family members or anything like that, so nothing really bringing me to Chicago, right? And then Tinley, and then man, I just once I actually stepped foot in Chicago, man, and I still haven't even put enough time into like downtown. I haven't spent a whole like you need like many days to really kind of get the whole vibe. I feel like you can't just do it all in one or 2 days. I think you need a few days. I think to really take advantage.
I agree with you because we got downtown, especially got too many museums. You got the Shed Aquarium.
Yeah.
You got the Bean, and you got if it's happen to be a Bears game, then you got the stadium right there. Man, it's a lot.
A lot going on.
Yeah.
And so, what age were you when you got into? I'm sure you've always admired snakes, right? But when did you kind of dip into the chondro game, and what was that? What was that motivation behind it?
Chondro game was like I want to say 06, 07. Definitely 06, 07.
What?
So
we're going to over 15 years?
Yeah. 06.
Wow.
Yeah. 06. So honestly, I studied about green trees like 3 years before I even got one. I was just consumed with reading or watching or finding every little link I could. So it was 3 years of info because I wanted to be as much prepared as mentally as I could as about also about my ambient and all that. And shit, 06, that was when I joined the MVF. I stumbled upon the MVF because YouTube, nobody was really doing that on YouTube. So there's one YouTuber, he was having a lot of success, but when I finally tapped into the MVF, it changed everything.
Just talk about that YouTuber, bro, because I think there's a couple guys who are like OG YouTubers that had some solid information. Was it the Josh guy or which guy are you talking about? Who was it?
Nah, his name was Cute Gay Jason.
Okay, never heard that one. All right,
it was yeah, he you know what I'm saying. I mean, the name speaks for itself, but
right.
But on the Green Tree Python side, you know, I never judged that man or whatever. But on the Green Tree Python side, he had a lot of fucking knowledge. And I'm talking about dropping shit on breeding, and he was buying animals from people like Ben Evans, people that were breeding then, but I wanted some more, you know what I'm saying? And I started tapping to the MVF, and then the MVF opened up everything for me. I think I probably made one post on that, but I was a lurker. I was lurking like a motherfucker, and I was reading everything, every new post about every lineage, and back then I started seeing like weird names like Mr. Blue and Caroline and all this, and I was like, man, what the hell do these names mean? So then I'm going down rabbit holes for days and days, finding out what this animal is, and what bred it, where it came from, and then you find out there's some wild caught animals, and then blah blah, and this person bred it, and you starting to find out what breeder ID names is, and it was a lot of heavyweights back then that I don't see now. Some of them still though. Like I think back then, a name I remember for sure that's still around right now is John Irby. John Irby was like just starting his collection, like building up there. Yeah. He was like a young guy in the game, and that like he like you know what I'm saying, one of the young next OGs. So I've been around for a long time, even though I'm young. That green tree thing is addicting.
I knew it, man. Because listen, I mean, you never know how. I mean, man, I don't know, Brian. Got to tell you, man, I really want a successful green tree python clutch so bad. And what I mean by that is like you know, seeing just a rack full of my shit and just be like, fuck, you know, and which I know day by day, right? We all get there, but you, my friend, have been obsessing over this for a long time, to where even when you had your opportunity to do shit, you kept all this. Like, I don't remember hearing much about your first clutch, but this second clutch, which we're going to tap into tonight, that you've had success with, you were very quiet about it. You didn't say, obviously you didn't post a fucking thing about it. Am I wrong or right?
Yeah, that's true.
Who'd you tell? Did you tell like Travis or any of the homies, or did you tell anybody? You did?
Pat knew. Pat
Patrick?
Pat the OG, so he knew from day one.
He know. Hey, I tell Patrick Patrick is my first. If it's not Sock, it's Patrick. But majority, it's because I know how busy Sock is, and I know Patrick is. But Patrick likes to answer my calls all the time, and so does Sock. I'm sorry, I don't mean to say that, but I'm just saying, like, fuck, Patrick is very. I give the guy all the information in the world for sure, dude. So I don't blame you, but man, let's talk about the first clutch. Let's not skip things, man. Let's talk about what you went through, and let's talk about the pairing. Did you raise them up as babies to adults? Did you get them as adults? Let's kind of tap into that. What you did.
Okay.
Pairing.
So it's a little bit. It's a complex. Complex info on back. You want to talk about the skip? You trying to skip right to this clutch, right?
No. I want to hear the one that you didn't have success with. Let's get.
All right. So let's start from the first clutch.
Yeah.
So my first clutch was last year. So you know, I really wasn't thinking about breeding to 2018. Like even though I had all these years of knowledge, I love being a keeper. Keep it real with you, MJ.
Mm-hmm.
I love being a keeper, just seeing animals grow up. Me have to change the environment, have to change up different PVC. Back then when they started to get bigger, you gotta change the PVC, and back then I had like red lights and shit in the bulb. So 2018, say around 2017, I came back into the green sheep python game because I had the previous my animal had died, and I got all grief stricken and shit. I'm like, fuck it, I'm doing monitors. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it, bro. I had to tap out, bro.
What kind of monitors?
I wanted to do red Ackies.
Okay, dwarf monitors.
Yeah, not nothing huge, but it was like I knew that how I was gonna do. I probably was gonna want like 8 to 15 of them, and then the space they need, I couldn't do it. So I'm like,
that's a lot because you're talking about something
Yeah.
that lays 3-4 times a year for you, bro. Like they don't stop. If everything's going good and they like it, they just don't stop.
yeah, that's one of them things where you do all the research about their husbandry and all that stuff, and then when you get into the breeding part, you're like, nah, it's too much space. So I wanted to get into the chondro game. So I knew Rico had passed away, R.I.P. Rico, but he had inspired me to work with the Cyclops locality. So when I came back in, that's what I was looking for. I was looking for red Neo Cyclops. That's all I wanted. And I was listening to everybody go to buy USCBB. And nobody had what I was looking for as far as like pure locality type Cyclops.
Right.
Everybody either had a male, and then they had a different locality female. And then they would say, I'm like, where's your female at? Oh, well, you know, I don't got one. It's been a long time. You got to wait. And it's, all right, so cool. Nobody really had patience to wait it out. So I found one person that was doing captive bred Cyclops. And we was supposed to have a deal up in place, a couple of deals in place. And I'm gonna keep it playing, man. I ain't gonna say too much about that, but it ain't work out, and it wasn't to my fault.
Somebody reputable, like somebody still active in the game, or just somebody that just whatever, like just.
No, he's still around.
Oh.
He's still around. He just did some fool shit, some fluky shit. So
yeah,
I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna go left. He faked me right, so I'm gonna go left. Cool. So I said, ain't nobody got nothing pure. I'm going heavy imports. That's what I do. I gotta do. Give me a vet, and I'm going imports. Mm-hmm. Boom. So I started just being patient, lurking, getting what I wanted. Shit was dying. Fast forward to last year. The female that bred last year, she wasn't really supposed to breed for me. I think honestly I was kind of early, but I was thirsty because I was putting my male in between 2 females.
Okay.
Cycling back and forth, trying to instead of locking in one, trying to hit 2. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. I do.
And he hit on the second one. He hit on the second one, the one that, and I thought for sure he hit on the first one. He hit on the second one. So and that was Narco. That was Ghost and Narco. And that's like my prior Cyclops girl. So breeding wise, everything went right with them, dog. Everything. He locked from day one for like 2 days straight with her. She was receptive. Everything happened according to plan. She stopped eating, ovulated, blah, everything. Got the eggs.
How many eggs?
That was, I think that was 6. It was 16. I think it was 15. No, I think it was 15 good eggs, and I think it was 3 slugs.
Okay.
So everything went right with them, and with the breeding part of it, eggs get them. I'm thirsty. I'm like, bling! Yes, yes, I got eggs. Yeah, that's all right there. I'm like, yes, I got eggs. You know, I got it. I got this.
Oh, what a feeling too, huh? Listen, you think you just undid the hardest part. You really do. You really think like, all right, I got the eggs. It's nothing. But let's continue. I want to hear this.
Yeah. And she bit the shit out of me, by the way, too. I had a glove on. She bit and chewed.
You get
She
one of them.
chewed.
You get one of them Bill Stiegel, Alex Warren gloves, the ones with that.
No, I don't do that. I don't do them gloves. I actually had I had a rubber glove on this hand, just trying to distract it, and then she bit through this glove, and then came back and bit my flesh and chewed my flesh.
Yeah,
she got me on both hands.
Yeah,
but you know. So right now, I see this in the morning. I'm floating. You know what I'm saying? It's like I had about 3 blunts off top to start the day, and I ain't had nothing.
Right.
So 14 days in.
Oh, Keno, let me stop you real quick, Keno. So you put these.
Come on.
You put these eggs in a sim container. It just in what did you put them in? I'm curious.
No, I don't use water.
What'd you use?
Nah, so I was trying to get a sim container, but it's hard. It was hard. It's hard to get them.
No, I got you. Do you still need some? Because I got you. I can send you some.
No, I got one now. I'm good. I'm good now.
All right.
But I got a couple people that got some more, but I got these, and I actually I'm gonna show you.
Excels or what do you got? Let's see.
Nah, these ain't. Nah, I'm talking about what I hatched the egg.
Oh, right.
So I got these from Target. It's called
storage.
Easy Storage.
Yeah,
Easy Storage container.
Those are good. Those are sealed really well.
What I like about these, it got this. You're right. It got that gasket around now.
Yeah.
So what I did last year, I put them over that and vermiculite.
Okay.
Vermiculite and water, 2 egg crates.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you put the light diffuser, the egg crates on top.
Mm-hmm. On top of it, but the vermiculite heavily saturated. But last year, I did 2 things like that. I didn't have no airflow from day one, and I had my probe inside my egg box.
I did that my second clutch, and I so I did that, and someone's like, and I'm talking like 30 days in, okay, and the eggs were fine, and someone's like, why'd you do that? And I'm like, why did I do that? So I move it, and then once I moved it, all the eggs went to shit, bro. And I was like, what the fuck? What the fuck did I just do? But continue. Okay, so you so no airflow, so no fan. You had no fan.
Yeah, I got a fan in there. I'm just talking about no airflow. I didn't have no holes in the box.
Got you. Okay.
I had them in there, but from day one I didn't. I had planned on opening them like day 40 and peeling one off and blah.
Right.
And yeah, man, I checked on the eggs and it was like 14 days in, like one egg after egg started crashing, and then
that's when your stomach starts to shrink, huh?
Man, look, it hurt. It hurt, dog. Yeah, but the worst day it hurt was the last day because it was 3 eggs that I was like, okay, everything else crashed. These 3 eggs, I know they gonna hatch. I know they are because I'm looking at them. They starting to dent how all the pictures that I've seen before that I've studied, they look perfect. So it was like day 57, and I'm like, they still looking perfect. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Nothing. I cracked them open, and they was the 3 best looking ones, pure Cyclops out of all of them. So it was an all red clutch. It ended up being an all red clutch. Those are the 3 best Cyclops out of all of them.
Okay, so you actually got 3 to go out of the whole clutch.
They didn't make it. They were all dead. They was dead in the egg.
Ooh. Oh, got you.
They was dead in the egg. I cried.
What's this glitch snake?
Glitch is a Maroke Biak.
Okay, so you didn't produce that.
Nah, I didn't produce that. That's a glitch is a animal I raised up. That was a farm bred Indo baby.
So this was something that was in one of those eggs, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean, my bad, bro. Listen, you
good. You good. Because I got it in my phone still. I still check it every day. I just don't feel as bad as I used to. But yeah.
We all keep these receipts in our phone. We all do.
That was the result of 2 Cyclops being paired together.
Okay, so you're chalking it up as no airflow,
bad probe placement,
and
because at first what I thought it was when I opened one of the holes, I thought that see, instead of me having my box sideways, I had it the long way. So I had my hose basically in front of the fan instead of how I did it this time. And I thought that when I opened one of the holes, maybe that threw off the circulation in one side, maybe dried out some eggs on the other. Because those eggs right there, like I said, they look perfect. And the other, they wasn't desiccated or anything.
Right.
I dealt with some mold, and I was, did my Elmer's glue stuff. We could talk about that too compared to this class too. But
right.
Yeah, I was hurt, dog. That was a pure Cyclops to Cyclops pattern. Those was two. The female was wild caught. The male was a farm raised baby that I raised up.
Instant feeling.
No, it wasn't. Those are two wild caught animals.
Right.
My bad. Okay. Ghost and Narco both wild caught animals. I got those as subadults.
So let me ask you this. Were you instantly thinking about what to do different next year, or were you kind of like, fuck this shit? I don't know if I want to keep breeding. Like, what was your honest first few thoughts after noticing this clutch? Was this all going to shit?
So the 2 days after, for 2 days after that, I was not a nice motherfucker to be around.
Oh, amen, man. I'm
gonna keep it 1,000 with you, man. I ain't no fluff on here. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a nice person to be around. And I try my best not to take that out of my family.
Yeah.
And I don't do that anyway. You know what I'm saying? I internalize shit mostly, but it was
hard.
It was like 2 days. It was 2 dark days. I keep it a buck with you. Yeah. I was like, fuck this shit. For both of them days, I was like, fuck this shit, fuck these snakes. Fuck this, fuck that, fuck the world. I'm like Pac. I woke up screaming, fuck the world.
Thug life. Hey, were you fucking going back and forth with Patrick and a bunch of people and trying to figure it out, or were you just
I immediately, so after them 2 days, you know what I'm saying, whatever, I picked myself up. I immediately went back to the lab. I started looking at my notes. I kept notes of everything on that clutch, and I just went back and read. Start reading back my notes from day one, from breeding, and just trying to figure out where I went wrong. And I'm throwing that against Pat for sure. Do that against Trav too, because Trav had success with both of his first clutches. So I'm just throwing that against both of them, trying to see, like, really dig in. Mostly Pat too, because Pat was telling me shit about my eggs, and he wasn't even looking at pictures of them.
That's Patrick.
Like, yeah, I bet you your eggs look like this. Like, I'm looking back through the messages like, damn, did I send him a picture of this?
Yeah, he told me. So one thing with my clutch this year, like everything went from what did it go? It went from like 15 eggs, but then there was like 6 slugs. So it went down to 9, and the 9 looked good until like day 45, I want to say, and then two that rolled really bad just started getting wet from the very top, and I was like, oh shit. And then Patrick was like, all right, bro, I'm either 2 things: either that snake's about to come out any day, like it's getting ready to come out, or it's dying or it's dead already. He's like, so if I was you, just one of them, snip it just a tiny bit, just see what's going on. So first one I snipped, it was one of those fucking, I don't know what the fuck it was. I was like, why the fuck would this egg look this good this whole time? And it's just it's nothing. It's like almost, it was something, but nothing developed. It looked really like worthless, and I couldn't believe it, right? So toss that one out, and I was like, you know what, fucking let me just cut this other one that looks like it's sweating a bit. And then sure enough, there was a fully formed chondro in there, and I was like, oh hell yeah. So I was like, I'm gonna leave this one alone, right? And did it move when you opened it? Did it move a little bit? Yep. Okay. Oh, I was good. Right. And I'm not gonna lie, I had that feeling like, oh, listen, you know what? 8 of these left. I don't give a fuck if 4 of these make it. At least I was like, I thought I was good. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I was like, or at least ready. I was like, I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna see these either pippin or they're gonna be perched in a few days. I'm good. And then sure enough, nothing was happening, bro. Nothing was coming out of the egg. So then sure enough, at a certain point, Sock and Patrick would like just start snipping one by one and just see what's happening. And sure enough, dead. Like, I want to say there was maybe one other one that was formed weird, but all the other ones completely fucking formed, bro, and just dead. And I was like, and I don't know, there's so much to chalk it up to, right? Like, one thing is I tried incubating him in my walk-in incubator, right? And I'm not gonna lie, man, when I first moved in here, I was opening it, and there was just a lot going on in that incubator. I'm not gonna lie. And so I'm just like chalking it up to where next year they're gonna have their own incubator. They ain't gonna have this fucking. We won't have this problem going into next, or even right now. I'm ready. I could put them in their own separate thing, but I don't know, man. You have other people that say it's not your incubator. It's just not meant to be. So I'm asking you, your first clutch, before we get into the one that you had success with, do you think in your head also that first clutch wasn't just meant to be? Maybe it wasn't your probe. Maybe it wasn't the airflow.
No, I don't think it. I don't think it wasn't meant to be. I think it was meant to be. I think I could look back and say I made some dumbass decisions. I think it was new breeder. It was new breeder shit.
Right.
It was stuff that and honestly the probe thing, I didn't run that bad pack. So that was some dumb shit I did on my own.
Yeah. All right. So let's talk about.
So keep it a buck. If I would have did that clutch the same way I did it this year, I think I would have had complete success. But that's the learning experience.
So let's talk about going into the next round. First and foremost, was it a different pairing this time around, or now we're talking about a different pairing?
Yeah. So this is a completely different pairing.
All right. So what?
So I chose to give that female a complete year off.
Respect. Okay.
So the second pairing, the first thing I'm gonna always be focused on is the Cyclops. The second thing, the second pairing was it was a heavy influence on RHACS stuff. And I know the locality title stuff can get a little convoluted, but what I honed in on was animals that actually originated back to this one female that was actually labeled an RFAC.
Okay.
Like an actual OG RFAC. It wasn't like, oh yeah, this person, I got this one for 1,200, holla at me. Nah. I wanted stuff that labeled back to the JEMS RFACs specifically. The ones that Jason Stevens had.
Right.
And the female, a little bit of background about her. I got her through a trade. I did a trade with a snake and cast, I think, with Drew Russell. Her actual ID is BILS 1704. So she's Bill Stiegel produced animal.
Shout out to the mayor.
Yeah, I got her through Drew. I don't know how he got her. I think they did a trade through holdbacks or something. But and Drew thought she was a male, and what I wanted was a male with RFAC blood from like Son of B and all those animals that had that blood in that red sarong Euro captive blood, and I wanted a male to build that around, like my fake blue line thing.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, cool, I got this male. Well, I get the animal, it turned out to be a female. So I'm kind of happy because I got a female, but I'm kind of hurt too. So I'm like, damn, now I don't got a male. That's people think. I'm a side note. People think it's like people say, oh, it's easy to get a male. Man, you got to get quality males. Don't sleep on having quality males, man. More than one.
More than one, man. And I got to tell you, I never thought I was gonna be low on males when it came to breeding, but fuck, bro, I am low on males. I rely on certain hitters to where, like, fuck, if I don't have a backup plan for this, like, and you got to expect to just chalk up some years down the drain if that male don't come through. I got to tell you.
Yeah. So she turned out to be a female, and as I started feeding her as a female, she just started to get bluer and bluer. So immediately I hit up Pat. Hey Pat, you know about this. This female started to get crazy blue, and that's actually the sister to that animal that Stiegel produced with, I think, last year. It was like his BILS male from the 17 clutch to a Manaquari, I think, something like that.
Okay. Or
maybe this year. Anyhow, so now I got this female, but I don't have an artifact-based male looking for her. So I hit up Pat. In 2019, Patrick had a clutch of he did artifact sarong to sarong. I hit up Pat. Hey Pat, I want two. And he like, nah, I can't let you get two. I'll let you get one. I can't let you get two though. So I get one, and I'm counting on this one to be a male. It turned out to be a female, which I got her right here. She'll be four this year in September. So I'm still in the hunt for a male. So boom, right? I meet my dog Mikey Marsh. Mikey Marsh, he a real low key guy, low key collector here in the suburbs of Illinois, right outside Chicago. Right outside of Chicago? No. But he been building his collection up, and this male from that same clutch that I got Axiom from was posted on Morph Market. I immediately told him, man, look, I don't got no money to get this snake right now. I just got like 5 snakes in, but buy this snake. And he was like, I'm going back and forth. I'm like, just buy it. With the whole purpose of me, he think I'm gonna get it in the breeding loan and breed it to him. So he get it, and let this be a lesson in quarantine too. So he get the snake, and it was completely fine. Completely fine when it got sent, but it got lost in the mail, and FedEx lost the tag on it, and it arrived with a respiratory infection.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so but you know, good thing he quarantined, and he do proper NIDO testing and protocols over there, and he found it, so he nursed it back up in health, and I'm just watching him because I wanted to do this breeding loan. He don't know this though. So then I hit him with it, boom, and I made it happen. So I get the snake, and long story short. Everything goes according to plan with that animal, with that parent too. And this is something that
Is that it?
Nah.
No, something else.
Nah, that's the pure Cyclops parent. That's the one that that's the female that I ain't took yet.
All right, go ahead. I'm listening.
You probably got to go to that video. You're gonna see it on the video.
Okay,
So
you're talking about the video where you have everything posted. I got you.
Yeah.
All right.
So everything went according to plan, and one thing that I think that I always kind of had a feel for is someone in the rain coming, man. I think it got something to do with my asthma, but like it seems like I can if I put a male with a female within like a day or two, it'll start raining. Or I don't know. It just seems like I know when the rain coming. I ain't saying I'm no rain man or no God or none of that or some shit. But I think it got something to do with my lungs and having asthma and being able to feel when the barometric pressure start coming to change.
Damn.
Because I get my humidifier out of my room and all that.
You got secret powers.
No, I don't got secret powers. I think it just got something to do with the asthma thing, man. If you got asthma, it feel like somebody's sitting on your chest when it's about to rain.
Okay. So maybe not as much of a power as I thought.
I do got superpowers though. I am a BON. But everything went according to plan with that clutch. What I did different was it was no probe in the box. So I went back to the lab and no probe on the box. The probe sat damn near right on top of the box, maybe like about I don't know, a 32nd of an inch away from not touching it.
Mm-hmm. What's
egg? It sat at I did 87.5 the first 40 days.
Okay.
What I also did was I did the inside stay the same vermiculite over water. What I did was it was a hole open on opposite sides of the box, so I had a crosswind.
Right.
A crosswind of air.
And those holes weren't open until day 40, though, right?
No, they was open from day 1.
Oh, so you always had airflow going.
It was one hole from day 1 open. Okay. And Patrick told me that. He was like, and I had to think about it. He was like, okay, so with your incubator, what you're doing is ain't you running it? It's a water incubator, right? You got water bottles in there, and you basically the incubator's been it's like water chamber on the inside, right? So yeah. He said, how the fuck the eggs gonna breathe if the hole is not open? I said, damn, Patrick. Huh. Make a lot of damn sense, right?
Yeah.
So I did that. This time I had no mold with no eggs. Not one egg had mold on it the whole time. But I went in there every 2 or 3 days, wiped the top off. I didn't panic like I did last year when I did that. Speed in, speed out. Okay, get that. Took my time. You know how you get up there. You take a little flight.
Yep.
Before you do that.
Exactly.
Took my time with it. Wipe the water off. And shit, man. Day 48. So no, rewind a bit real quick. Day 40. I had
brought the temps down, right? Obviously.
Day 40, I dropped to 86, 86.5.
So a whole degree and a half.
No, 86.5. So 1 degree.
Oh, 1 degree, my bad. 1 degree, my bad.
Yeah, I dropped to 86.5, and I opened another hole on each side.
Okay. And but
so I can get more now.
You initially just had one little tiny hole the whole time.
On two.
Two, one on each side.
Yeah.
And then you opened up more holes on day 40. You opened up another on each side.
Yep. So now it's 2 on each side, and it's like a crosswind hole.
Okay.
And then it was like about day 45, I went to 86, and I was just like, all right, I'm rocking out at 86. And then I opened the third hole on each side. And just over the next few days, I opened up more. So day 48, I look in there, a snake got his head out. On day 48, I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't cook hot, too hot, did I? No, I'm going back checking my notes. I'm like, Patrick, what is this? Maybe he hit that mother. He said,
yeah.
Hey, Patrick got a way of saying shit. You real blank. He said, hey, maybe that fucker was ready to come out. So I took the pictures, came out. The next morning he was out. And shit, by that night he was dead. And then we looked back at the picture, and then we saw that he came out with his umbilical cord wrapped around his body. I still got the picture. He came out, and you could see him, and yeah. And now looking back, yeah, he came out. He was all limp, and I guess he was, that's why he came out. He couldn't breathe or some shit. So looking back, that probably be something that where an animal I could get out a little bit earlier. Getting there, making a decision or something around that. But yeah, day 48, it came out. It died the next day. And then day 50, Mother's Day. I looked in there and 2 heads was poking out.
And what day was this again? That
was day 50.
Day 50.
That was Mother's Day, May 15th.
And how far out was the first one that pipped? On 2 days later, did it fully emerge yet or not yet?
Nah, they were just sitting there.
Okay.
It took him about 10 hours to emerge, something like that.
No, okay, but hold on. You said one pipped on day 48, right?
Yeah, then it died on day 49.
Oh, say it died. Oh shit, that one died?
That was the one. So it came out, and then when we looked back at the pictures, we saw that when I sent the pictures, like on day 48, like what is this? I zoomed in, and it was his umbilical cord was wrapped around his body.
God, I fucking hate that.
Like right at the slit of the egg when it came out.
So like you don't want to talk about motherfuckers seeing shit happen. Sock, and he can't predict all of them, but he's able to really kind of pinpoint which ones are tied up, and he squeezes them out, not squeezes them out, but he gets them out, unties them, and then puts them back inside the egg, puts them in their own deli cup, and lets them reabsorb as much as they can. That's like next level right there, bro. Fuck. But anyway, so okay, so that one unfortunately didn't make it. Day 50, you got a couple more pipping out, and let's go from there. I'm sorry.
So day 50, one pip out, and later on that day, it came out and perched. So I'm like, yes, finally.
That's
Yes,
what you want.
it's like
That's all you want, man, is to see that thing perch, and
well, like,
then you can worry about the next fucking problem.
I'm like, fuck, I worry about that when it come, man. But I'm
Yeah,
like, I just wanted to see
that's
it.
all you
You know,
want.
this is why you don't give up. This is why you keep going. You know what I'm saying? Because for the glory. So it pop out. I damn near wake up the whole house. I'm like, look, see this. Look. Hey, check it out. Look. I come in there and yeah, man, I was elated. It pursed up, and then the next one came out, and then the next one came out, and that pursed up, and it was fine. The third one came out, I think like day 51 that morning, and I was gonna leave them all in there. I was gonna leave all animals in there till they shed, and we'll get close to shed, then separate them, shut them out, boom. But the third one came out, and he started drinking a yolk of one of the ones next to it that had his head sitting there.
What?
So he's sitting there, right? I'm peeping it, right? It's like a damn cannibal.
He's like,
I'm sitting. He popped out.
What you got on my yoke, homie?
Right. He popped out, put his hair right there. And it's hydration. It's like, at this point, I didn't move them from the vermiculite over to some heavily saturated paper towel.
Right.
There's a water dish up in there. So it's a lot of water. I didn't spray it down. There's heavy damp moss up in there. Oh, the works. Man, he put his head up in there and started sipping that yolk. Up in there, he was goop. And I'm like, Patrick, man, this is some sick shit right here.
Right. Hey, shout out to your homie Travis, man. Sorry, Travis. Travis has been dropping some super chats, calling you the young Luther Vandross right here in the building. But the fat Luther, not the skinny Luther, that's heavy, bro. Damn. What? Travis be coming with some like compliments, and then he'll just hit you with one.
Yeah.
I like Travis.
Travis is your favorite very polite, disrespectful MFer. You know what I'm saying? But don't get it fooled, because Travis a pimp too, man.
Oh, he keeps it player for sure.
Now he a real pimp in real life.
Oh, is he?
I'll tell you more about that at 10.
All right, Pat. Shout out to Travis.
So he came out drinking, and I'm like, Patrick, look, dog, this right here's some sick shit. I'm about to start separating these right now.
Right.
I don't want one to be insufficient, a yolk, whatever. So they came out, and the whole time when the air is going on, I'm keeping it under wraps. 2 reasons, and we'll get back to the babies. 2 reasons. Number one, first off, we had the chondro barroom was rolling.
Mm-hmm.
So while I was what's up, son? Yeah, yours in the microwave. Go ahead. And then, yeah, no, you good. So while my first clutch was going last year, what I wanted to do was I wanted to take everybody along and go live and do a weekly update on the eggs.
Mm-hmm.
And I just felt like that was something that nobody had did before in the chondro game, because it was mostly secretive and shit, and everything was kept. It's on wax. I mean, as far as podcasts and print, but like on the YouTube side, or the live side, wasn't nobody doing it. So I said, cool. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go live every week and give an update on the eggs, and good or bad, I'm gonna take y'all with me. And so, in the midst of the eggs eventually dying, what happened was it was more people start crowding around, looking in, like, what the hell's going on? So when they died and the eggs went, everybody was like, "Hey, you still gonna go live? Hey, you can't just leave us hanging." So I'm like, "Oh shit, okay." So I didn't get comfortable in front of the camera and stuff, and that's just how the chondro barroom took off. So as we scheduled these people, it got to the point where it was getting real good, man. As far as, like, in my opinion, the people that we were bringing on and the stuff that was being asked these people, it wasn't just like, just let me see your snakes type shit. And I never wanted to I ain't mind taking the back seat to that. I ain't never want to, overshine that. And I felt like if I gave an update on that, any part of that, because we started off usually giving an update on the collections, I felt like it was going to overshadow the whole episode, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to let each episode breathe on its own.
Mm-hmm.
Second thing, man, if you play baseball, any type of sports, especially baseball, you kind of superstitious, dog.
Big time.
You know what I'm saying? You kind of wear the same. Sometimes if you go out and hit 4 for 4, you're gonna wear the same socks again. You go out and play a good game of football, you got a flag on or something up under a specific pair of shorts on up under your jersey.
To this day,
you don't wear the same.
I only wear certain shirts throughout the day of the week. Like I literally have a pile of weekday shirts, and then I got my weekend shirts. You know what I mean? It's crazy. And I don't know why, but like every shirt matters which day that I wear. I'm just very It's so funny you say that.
and I always, like, going back to the OG thing, it was always, I heard about the chondro guys. Like, man, look, don't count your eggs before you hatch them, because them chondro guys, they're gonna get your ass.
Get you, bro.
And I tell you what, I tried to play on that first clutch, but they got my ass. They got my ass. I said, you know what? Look, I ain't gonna play with y'all.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna play with y'all. I'm gonna respect y'all. I'm gonna keep this on the wraps. And it took a lot to keep that on the wraps, man. It took a lot.
Man.
It took a lot.
Especially,
it took a hell of a lot.
Especially when something new happens where you think, okay, I got it this time. As soon as you feel like you got it, no, you don't. And then it's like, you're gonna learn. Like my biggest thing, bro, like this was my 4th clutch that I had this that obviously I didn't get success with, but every year has been better success. Like I've either had more go the distance. Like last year, I had one die at like 7 months. It died and prolapsed at 7 months. I couldn't believe it. It had so many meals in it, right?
I've been following. I remember you got your first clutch.
Yeah,
so El Chapo.
Yeah, that was Chapo. Yeah, Chapo, the OG Chapo. That was from 2017. That was this snake right here. Right here. That's my sarong right here. She's still alive. Hasn't laid since, but this year things are looking pretty good right now.
So talk to me while we on that. Talk to me about like what's some of the things that you think like that you went back to the lab and so there's some that you changed from the first to the second to the third and then to now.
So check this out, man. I had nowhere near the chondro knowledge around me back then. I had one friend who was giving me information who was just kind of a wizard with all reptiles, but not even he bred chondros. And he would just tell me like, oh man, like if she laid the eggs like that, that's not good, right? And so meaning like, let me just kind of break down what happened. I got this snake in as an adult, right? And she was just a beautiful snake doing really well. And then I had a Nunford. Was it Nunford? Yeah, Nunford locality import male who I've had for a while. He's about 4 or 5 years old. So I paired him up, and there was probably maybe like 2 locks I saw maybe. And then next thing you know, she shuts off food. And I think I see building, and I'm taking pictures. And I had one other chondro homie. His name was John, HK Reptiles. I'll never forget the homie. He's still around, but he's just not really tapped in with the chondros no more. But he was like, hey, bro. He's like, based off this picture, I'm thinking she has like 15, 16 eggs in her. And I'm like, what? Nah, you're kidding. He's like, no, I'm serious. And so he's like, just wait for a shed. He's like, she should shed. And after the shed, this many days, she should lay. So, and dude, I had, my temps were like 87. Like I had this thing in a tub. The heat source was on the bottom. Like this was just like no preparation. I didn't know what I was doing, straight up. And so I'm waiting for this shed. Every fucking day I'm looking for a shed. I come in one day, eggs are just all over the floor. And I'm like, whoa, what the fuck? And so I'm like, she never shed. So she never gave me a shed, but she laid the eggs, 16 eggs all over the floor. I put them all inside of an egg box, and then literally one by one, like it was like a week in, and then they all started dying. And then it went down to 2 eggs, and only one actually made it, and that was the original Chapo. That was the OG Chapo who made it. Really cool looking red guy, and he ate on the first offer, pre-shed too. I offered him like probably like 3 days after he came out the egg, and he ate like a fucking beast. And I was like, we're good. And then he died. He only died.
So what did you on that first class right there? What did you do? What did you do with your incubator, like probe and all that?
Oh, I had it regular. Like I had an incubator with the probe set right in front of the heat tape, but dangling right above the egg box. So it's kind of like
cool.
what you had. It was like right there, right?
Yep. Yep, dangling right there.
Yep. And then I don't know why, but the next year is when I went ahead and put the probe inside of the egg box versus, I don't know why. In my head, I was like, well, maybe it'd be better if the temps are controlled inside of the egg box. But anyways, Chapo, the OG Chapo only died because I had knee surgery. I came home and I was fucked up, and I told the way my room worked, everything worked off ambient. So it was summer. It was towards the end of summertime, I think September, October. And I told him, like, you have to open up the windows. If you don't open up the windows, bro, my room's going to get way too hot. And sure enough, he was doing his shit. But when he would leave, he didn't open up the windows. And so I remember I came home all fucked up on crutches. I'm like, I just want to see Chapo. Like, all I want to do is see Chapo. I go, and sure enough, that motherfucker's dead. I walk in and I get like a heat draft. And I'm like, oh my God, it's fucking hot in my room. It might be.
You out in Cali too, so it's cooking. I know.
It was like 94 in my room or something. It was like super.
Ooh,
yeah, and I was like, and everything else was fine, but this little fucking weak ass Neo, or not weak, but this little tiny Neo just wasn't ready to handle that. And mind you, it was probably like 3 days of this, and so he died unfortunately because of probably the heat stroke or whatever he had. And then after that, it was just it was me going through that. Clutch number 2 was the probe issue, right? And then the next following year, which was last year, which was when I had 6 of them to emerge, and then they just started prolapsing one after another, and I was like, "Fuck."
So how many meals in each did they start prolapsing?
So I had one that I had one. Okay, so the first one that died on me last year was one that never even shed. It was eating, but it never shed, and I was like, I could see it getting cloudy. And I'm like, okay, it's going to shed this time. No, it would never shed. And I was like, what the fuck is happening? And it kept eating and shitting. And then next thing you know, like on the 4th meal, I want to say I came and it was like corkscrewing at the bottom of the tub, like trying to like gasp for air. And I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. So that one went out, right? Then the next one, I want to say it prolapsed on its 4th meal. No. Dude, they all prolapsed after 6 meals. It was about a good 6-7 meals in is when they started prolapsing. And then I had the one that was like the most solid looking one of the entire clutch that died months later, like months later of a prolapse.
So were you spraying them?
Yeah, fuck, dude. Oh yeah. I want to say, did I keep them over water? No, I don't think I did, but I sprayed them. I mean, I don't want to say I sat there and watched them drink, but I definitely sprayed them. You know what I mean?
Right.
I this is why some people like to put them straight over water because they sometimes just hit the water and they just start drinking. But people like Patrick does not like that method at all. He says they're not drinking quality water by doing that. So I'm pretty sure I had a really damp paper towel with a big water dish. I had a big water dish in there. Okay. So everything was what I had before. You know what I mean? I don't really know what it was. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I mean, that last year's clutch, I don't know why.
Like, that's crazy to have like so many back-to-back fucking prolapse, like 6 straight. That's wild.
Yeah. Five of them. Yeah. So yeah, it's just, and it sucks because again, bro, going back to like, don't get too cocky because the chondro girls are gonna fuck you up. And
gonna slap the shit at you.
Basically, bro, I remember after the first pip, I was sharing stories. And I was all very like, I thought I was good, bro. I thought I was good.
That is why I haven't taken a lot of pictures of the babies, dog, because I don't want to do it. I don't, man. I've taken pictures of animals in quarantine, like some wild caught animals in quarantine. It's like the minute I take a picture of them, they die.
Oh.
I don't take a picture of animals until they come out of quarantine.
Yeah, that's smart.
I may make a special exception this week because it's a super special package coming in, I think, tomorrow. But other than that, I don't like doing it, man. It's just I've always had bad luck. I had a nice ass man. This is something that kind of set me back with my Cyclops thing because I had this real nice male, and it looked like no other Cyclops ever. It was a Cyclops male that had it had gold features on it. It was like green with like a gold underbelly. It wasn't like the ones now when I got like green with like crazy blue diamonds with like the white dripping off of it. No, this was like green and gold. So I'm like, damn, Patrick, look, look at this. And he's the only person I sent the picture to. I took a picture of it and sent it to him 2 days after I got it. And I was going to NITO test it that Thursday and send it off. And that motherfucker was there Wednesday night.
God damn.
2 days after it came here. So I'm like, no.
You want to know which one? I don't know. He says he feels bad, but he probably doesn't. But man, we all know who Marshall Mendez is, right? Shout out to Marshall Mendez.
Yeah.
So Marshall, check
That's
this out.
another OG.
So if you want to talk about like people I was sharing some of my excitement with, before I even exploded on the internet, was with Marshall. We had this little group chat, me, Marshall, Gary, and Bill. And you know, I show it. Bill says, "All right, bro, this is your year," right? Very, very positive from Bill. Thank you, Bill. Gary's like, "Good job, MJ."
Man, shout out to Bill, man.
Yeah. And then here comes
shout out
Gary.
to Bill. The Bill old man, but he's still young at heart.
Here comes Gary, right? So Gary Shavina was some positive influence. Good job, MJ. I think this is going to be your year, buddy. Congratulations. And then guess what Marshall says?
What?
Congrats, man. Prolapse is next. And guess what happened? They all went out on prolapse. That motherfucker, bro. He put that shit out there, and it happened.
So this was your third clutch?
My third. Last year was my third. This year was my fourth.
So the third clutch. Okay, so
love you, Marshall. By the way, I think he's joking. I don't
so
know.
Rico had this manual that he talked about. He thought hydration was. I mean, not hydration. Rico said he thought that prolapses was the cause of overfeeding.
Right.
Now, I only asked it because honestly, I don't think it's that. I think it's a hydration. Now he admitted, I think it's like what they drinking. But I asked that now saying that, what were you feeding them? Like, were they taking whole pinkies?
Yeah. So hold on. So the very first, I want to say 3 out of the 6 were on full pinkies, full mice, day 1 mice, and Cold Blooded Cafe has the extra small ones. So these things were tiny. But they were scented too with chick down. So yeah, I want to say half of them were at least being fed full on mice.
Okay.
But here's the thing. This is one thing I noticed, Keno. None of them, but the very first one, the one I felt great about was the only one shitting solid. Everyone else, it was diarrhea. And it was all wet shit. And I was like, it was kind of like, oh man, like why are they all shitting like this? Like this can't be. I don't know, but I always knew that wet smeared shit everywhere, and that's when Gary told me, he's like, that wet shit means they're having a hard time shitting. It's like they're fucking pushing out whatever they can. You know what I mean?
And it's nothing. So I asked that because, so when I got these Neos, I say, bro, like day 45, when I knew everything was, looking good, and I started setting up my rack and all that shit. I put the order in for 200 pinkies, but I didn't get like day-old pinkies or 2-day-old pinkies. I think maybe week old.
Okay.
And
which means they have obviously a bit more, at least more bone growth,
a little bit more density. Yeah, a little bit more density. It's it's a little bit more bone growth, different, but they're not red. They're gray.
Dude,
they're not like red hot pinkies. So what I say that is the ones I've eaten, I haven't had to this point right now. I still got one right now that hasn't shared. He hasn't eaten. I haven't tried to feed him, but he hasn't shared either.
When did he come out?
Thinking about
how long ago he come out the egg?
He was the last one to come out the egg. He came out. Everybody remember. So the first hatch was like on Mother's Day, the 15th, that Sunday.
Okay.
So he probably came out.
All right.
Maybe like 8 days later.
Okay. So
he was a straggler.
A little bit over a month. So
yeah.
that's not that much. Mine Mine went like on month 3 or month 4, I think, and then died, bro. Like it just never shed. Now, mind you, too, let me also say one thing. I have one emerald she, bro. I don't know what the fuck it is, but sometimes I have to help get it started. Like it will be in shed, and there ain't nothing wrong with the humidity. I don't know if he's just lazy and if he doesn't want to fucking. But one time I was like, bro, why aren't you shedding? And I went and I just peeled his nose, and I'm like, you motherfucker. I was like, bro, you're ready to shed. What are you doing? So I don't know if I could have done that with this one, but you know how tiny they are, bro. Like they're fucking little tiny little goddamn noodles, like little
They
worms.
tiny, dog. That's the only reason why I ain't tried to like.
That's why I don't want to fuck with them. Yeah,
They so damn small. I can't even imagine trying to hold it and then try to.
That sucks. It's easy with the tail. I did it with the tail.
I can see it happening, but it's like, man.
Tails are easy, but the pinky, bro, sucks. It's disgusting. It's nasty, and I just feel like, what am I? I'm gonna kill this thing. But no, they're pretty durable. You would,
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. But anyways, let's keep going here.
So out of 4, of the ones that have eaten, they on like meal 3.
Okay.
And within the month, because they all
They're on week old mice pinks, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
But they're like sizable, the whole thing. And I waited till everybody shed out. I didn't try nobody beforehand.
Yeah.
So I think the first meal was probably like 16 days after the first one shed, and then so on after that. That was the first attempts. So but everyone has been a full pinky, like a nice size pinky. I haven't gotten like that smash shit that you talk about. Yeah. And I've got that with imports too, because I've gotten imports in as babies, and I'll give them a pinky, and they'll be like, yeah, this thing eating pinkies. And as soon as I see an animal shitting like that, like 2 or 3 shits and there's nothing, all right, cool, it's time to bump you up on something.
Got you.
And see, I think
wow.
I think we can take a pause from the babies for a minute. I think even buying animals, because I didn't buy imports, wild caught, I didn't buy imports as babies and raised them up like tiny neos, and I didn't buy animals captive bred as babies and raised them up. And I think that the first 2 years of an animal's life, as a chondro's life, is important as far as like feeding them.
Very important.
That's when they're malleable and their metabolism is faster. You see these babies, they shit them like every 2 days, every 3 days.
Yep.
So I'm got to go in there and I'm thinking I'm just got to spray and I got to clean everything, which is cool. It's just good to see how fast they going through these pinkies like that. So with that in mind, I'm thinking like, damn, now if I was to get red hot pinkies, should I probably have to feed 2 of these at a time, or maybe 3 at a time to make up the size with like what I've got right now? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And what I've noticed, I think that's very important. This is why it's good to get animals is when they're babies too. Don't get me wrong, I never knock the import gang, because I'm probably gonna always dabble in imports. Get imports as something else though. But when you get your babies, it's good to nice to see them raise up and feed your animals. Me, I think we had got probably at least a good 10 years ago. We had got too far extreme, not feeding our animals enough and shit. Mm-hmm. And I don't feed rats personally. I mean, I don't feed mice. I only feed rats.
Wait, okay.
So you go ahead.
You don't feed rats to the younger ones. You only feed them to the adults, is what you're saying?
Yeah, like once the animal is around that yearling age, when the animal is big enough to take a hopper, it's usually like rat fuzzies for me. I usually do rat fuzzies instead.
Go to rats. Okay, so so because you're trying to get off mice as soon as possible, I would assume, right? Yeah, right. Yeah. Even with your males.
Yeah, with the males too. I just don't feed the males as much as I do the females. Like with my grown males, that's adults, they eat once a month. So it's like 12 meals, and breeding, they eat every couple weeks. So it's probably, they probably eat 12 to 6, maybe let's say 12 to 18 meals a month. I mean a year. Mm-hmm. But the females eating every 3 weeks than adults. And they eat big meals. I'm eating small rats plus. And these females right now, there's the two females that are Narco, the Cyclops, she eating medium rats every 3 weeks.
Every 3 weeks.
Yeah, because she had a big growth spurt after she had that first clutch. But I'm sorry to ramble, but man, I think you got to feed your chondros. I ain't saying get them huge, trying to get animals to 1,000 grams, but you get them to a nice size, and they'll plateau. They'll plateau, where it gets to a point where you can maintain them. But that's something I learned. Them first 2 years are invaluable.
Yeah.
You don't want to keep animals on piggies too long. I've seen people get animals in and they Neo is on like 9 or 10 months old and they're still eating pinkies. They're feeding cart full of pinkies.
And I don't understand. And listen, I get it. Like lean males do the job. Okay, whatever. I don't fucking, first and foremost, that ain't it for me. I'm not saying all my males are overweight, but god damn it, my males eat rats. Okay. And I just don't understand what's the point of like feeding. I've seen motherfuckers feed a full grown adult male, breeder male, a little tiny hopper. And I'm like, bro, like just give him a little bit more energy than that. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, imagine eating a chip. Like, what the fuck, bro? Like you just tease this guy. He's probably still hungry. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I believe in lean males too, but like my males, I give my males nice rats.
Yeah.
Give them something nice to eat, man.
Yeah.
And every male I've had is besides the one of this clutch, that one, he was a tricky dude. It's like I had him exactly for 1 year. I was able to return. I got the best record for breeding loans. I got that.
You have the most successful experience with breeder loans.
I got the best record.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? I'm Kobe, Shaq, and Mike all together in one.
Let's hear this.
I'm gonna tell you why. The man, the snake came here, and honestly, I think it was like a year it was like maybe like 5 days to the year that he came here. He went home.
Mm-hmm.
And he maybe like he lost no weight at all. And I think he gained maybe like 5 grams or something. And he went home. He had a thick shed the other day. Shed like a few days later, maybe, and is eating fine now. And that was something that I wanted to pride myself on too. I know that going back with my history, reading what happened with breeder loans, there was a lot of breeder loans went bad. Whether this person sent their prize female to the ex and it died, whatever the case may be, it died. This person sent his male to this person and it died. Right. No babies happened. I prided myself on treating that animal while I was in my care like it was mine.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
it's like it was mine.
Well, it's like I always do something with fucking like it's mine. I mean, it's an animal. Why wouldn't you? Yeah, that makes sense.
But a lot of breeding loans go bad. A lot of them go bad. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to have that animal back to the owner because it took a lot for somebody to spend almost $3,000 on an animal and then send that to you like, here, okay. Yeah, I trust you with this.
Yep. Yeah.
And you dealing with snakes, so you bound to find some snakes. Find some snakes where snakes at.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And it take a lot of trust for that. And I wanted to make sure that not only did my female make it out the breeding season, but his male did.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's something I wanted.
I mean, I don't understand why so many other people wouldn't want. I think it's the time's a little different now. I think a lot of the newer keepers care about their name. They don't want to kind of just burn people. I feel like the burning thing was like something that the old heads used to do to each other just because there was less social media around, less people to fucking expose you. Now, motherfucker, you just can't get away with shit like that anymore. You know what I mean? I mean, look what's happening with all the reticulators and shit. You know what I mean? Like, no neglect is being slept on right now. I got to tell you, which is a good thing. But still, for you to kind of like say, I want to be different. Like, I want people to not have to look at breeder loans as a bad thing because it could change your whole life if it's done right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was, and me, it wasn't about me being exposed or losing my name or none of that shit. But it was more or less about me genuinely treat somebody how I want to be treated. This go back to what your mama and your daddy should have taught you when you was a kid.
Right.
You treat somebody how you want to be treated. So
Mm-hmm.
if you send your animal to me, if I send my animal to you, I expect it to come back in the same exact condition when it left it. You know, if hands or buts about that. That's the minimum. And then we work out the breeding alongside of whatever came from that. You know what I'm saying? And it should always be like that.
Yep.
It's a lot of animals that go places that die, and they die, but they don't die.
Yeah. Super shady type business that is easy to get caught up into. But also, like, let's just say this. You got to understand when to just break the wrist and walk away. Like you were talking about how I think that Cyclops deal that fell through. You said, fuck it. You just pivot and went the other way. Like you don't need to indulge in shit like that. Just take a mental note, never fuck with that person again, and then keep it going. Because listen, I took the hard route, and it took a long ass time. And everybody was like, "You buying all them babies? You buying all them Cyclops? The imports? They gonna die." I was like, "No," but I'm invested in that. There's not nothing that I'm trying to make a quick turnaround on, because there was a lot of Cyclops coming through, and I see posts on the same stuff on King Snake and Morph Market and Fauna like everybody else do. Right. But what I was looking for was very specific Cyclops. I didn't just want to say, all right, I'm getting nice Cyclops, and that's like, boom, I got Cyclops. Well, I mean, the shit I wanted was shit that I like. Let's be honest. There's people who have Cyclops, and then there's the Cyclops that you're talking about, okay? There are definitely levels of Cyclops, but you know, like Gary Shavino has that real Cyclops shit. You know what I mean? Who else has? Brian Phillips, I think, got his hand on some real deal Cyclops shit. I just know what you're talking about when it comes to certain lineage.
I mean, Gary got Maniquari.
I thought he has Cyclops too, doesn't he? He has Maniquari and he has Cyclops shit, I thought. I could have sworn Brian Phillip bought his Cyclops shit from Gary.
That was
correct me if I'm wrong.
That was the Indo baby.
It was an import.
Because Gary actually, I had the chance to buy that animal. About 2 weeks before Brian got it, and
fuck, I was jealous when Brian got that. I was like,
Jesus. It was I had to pass on it because I had just, man, that was like, I think that was 2019.
Yeah, 2019. Exactly.
I had just went Cyclops crazy, dog. That was 2 years of me. I think over like 2 years, I maybe got like about. Man, all I'm gonna say is this: shout out to REPTile and shout out to Fishhead, because they got a lot of money out of me over them years. Because I was testing like a motherfucker. I think I ran through about 30 tests over like maybe like a 14-month period.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are testing their shit now, man. I think I ran 6 tests last year. This year I've done 3 so far. Socrates does his whole room once a year. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, like. And I wasn't testing until I got in touch with Socrates, to keep it a bug with you. Say it again. I'm sorry. What was that?
I wasn't testing until I got in touch with Socrates.
Same with I didn't give 2 shits to. I was like, what's the point? But it honestly, I just respected like his protocols of just not having to deal with it. Because let me tell you one thing, bro. All right. I got to tell you, if you were in my room and we were just chopping, now it's a little different, but let's just say 3 years ago, if you were in my room and you're like, hey, MJ, the snake died, bro. Like, something's up. And I'm like, I would probably be losing my mind because I don't have this room tested. I would be like, I would have to get that snake tested, but that means I would be so scared about everything else. So to speed something up, a year and a half ago, I was in Sock's room, right? We were same thing. I was videoing. Everything was great. And then I come back, Fluttershy, R.I.P. Fluttershy, but his snake Fluttershy was rolled out right there on the floor. She just had a successful clutch like earlier that year or something. But I'm like, I'm thinking what I would normally think in my room, like, dude, what the fuck is Sock gonna do now? Like, he's gonna test everything. He comes in and he's like, oh man, what a bummer. Like, but not really giving a fuck. Like, he's just like, oh well. And I'm like, I asked him, I'm like, Sock, what are you gonna do now, man? Like, are you gonna test everything? He's like, no. He's like, everything's already been tested. He's like, I am not worried at all. I was like, you understand that snakes will die of other things besides Nido, you know? Yep. If you're protocoling your room and something like this happens, he pulled out a documentation from 6 months ago that this snake was Nido clean. So there you go.
I had two males, young males that that was babies that I raised up, and they one of them I had put down because it had a cancerous mass, vascular. It was like for 3 months. This is why I say if you can't get your snakes out and hold them. So I got, and it's easy to say, they green trees, leave them alone. But this one, it was beautiful, dog. It was a red Neo, but if you looked at pictures as an adult, as a sub-adult, it looked like a yellow Neo.
Yeah.
But I got a bunch of pictures of it as a red Neo. It was one of the best cyclops that I probably raised myself. So I'm holding it, and I'm starting to feel every time it gets past Cloaca, it's like a hard mass. So I'm thinking, the first time I'm thinking, okay, maybe there's just the hemipens. It's a young male, I'm hoping it hasn't shared yet plugs, but maybe it's just a young male. So I'm feeling a huge snake package. That's what it is. So like 3 months go by, and I'm feeling the same mass right here. So I hit up my vet. I'm like, I need to see it, man. So I take the snake in, and there's like a huge mass right there, man, right by his cloaca. And he had took a sample of it, and I think like about, what was it, 10 days or something, came back, and he said it was a cancerous mass and shit. And that I was hurt.
Yeah. Because
that was one of the males. I had 2 males, and that was one of the males that I was gonna use like as my bear rock cyclops. Mm. And then I was like, fuck it. I eventually had it put down because I ain't wanted to suffer. Keep it a buck with you. So then the second one, that one had barely hit 100 grams, to the point where I wanted to get it treated internally, because they're babies. You know what I'm saying? When you get them endo babies, you don't know, they can be perfectly fine, but the water they get started on can be parasitic.
Super, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to get them to that 100-gram point so I can get them to my vet, get them looked at, and get them dewormed. And him, I could just never get it to that. He started eating on me at like, he died at like 60-something grams. He was cold though. He was black as hell cold. And when you play with these imports, I understood what it was. I wasn't naive to that. I understood what it was. That's why you got a vet on hand.
Yeah, I think that's one thing. That's one thing I want to recommend anyone out there who wants to dabble into something that could potentially need vet care, especially at a point where it's like a breeding fucking type thing. Dude, you better lock that in before you get the snake. I would for sure. Because it's not easy to find someone who could actually help you out with green tree pythons. I mean, most vets aren't really knowledgeable behind reptiles to this level of extent.
Yeah.
They'll give you like Google research type shit, but to find someone who could really tap in and help you out, man, is really hard to find, man. I'm lucky to have one in San Diego. Fuck, man, I recommend that out there for sure. And
then to get back to the Nato point, Tinley 2019, that was the last time I went to Tinley. RIP Forrest, man. Forrest got me that was my first time meeting Forrest, and he had got me a VIP pass. He didn't know me. Shout out to Ryan Burke. I met Ryan Burke there. Ryan Burke went over there, came back.
I like Ryan. It's cool.
He bought Forrest over here. Forrest was like, yo, what's up, Keno? And I'm like, what's up, Forrest? And then it was up from there.
What year was that,
man? That was 2019.
Damn, right before he passed. I
think that was the last Tinley that he was at.
Right. Damn, and he came over to your spot?
Nah, not my spot. I went over to him. I went to
him.
Tinley, and that was my first time meeting him. I've been seeing him on the podcast with you.
I miss that guy.
Talking and all that. And
if it's
I
one
heard
thing,
about Forrest.
If it's one thing I wish I could share this heartbreak and this failure with, is with that guy, bro. I gotta tell you, because that motherfucker went through the hell with Chondros. Like Chondros done fucked that dude up big time. Let me tell you.
Okay. Yeah, man. Rest in peace, Forrest, man.
I miss him every day.
That situation, that whatever happened, man, that hit me rough, because I'm like, damn, I just met the man. Like, just meet him. I still got the damn thing he put my name on right here.
Oh, what? Your pass?
Yeah.
That's
October
hard.
2019.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep that. But yeah, I was sitting so 2019. I was standing around a lot of breeders. It was like Irby there. It was the Amari Arboreals. It was a lot of people there. We was talking about Nido. Dave D was there, and then he disappeared like Batman.
Ah, my bad. I got four. I got Forrest's badge from the exact same show, but it's too like locked up with all the other badges. So fuck it, whatever, bro. I was gonna shout out to my boy Forrest. Anyways, continue.
RIP Forrest, man.
Yeah.
So I'm talking to the breeders and stuff, and
right.
They was talking about Nido. Dave D was talking about Nido. He was talking about how he had gotten his collection, but he keep everything separate, completely separate. And what that told me was, all right, cool. I need to go back to the labs and get my protocols perfected like theirs. So I immediately went back home, bought everybody their own utensils, and then I started reading more into Nido, digging more about testing, because it seemed like when I get on some with the green trees, I'm obsessed with it.
Yeah,
I gotta find out all I need to know about it. So I stumbled upon Sock. Sock put me in touch with the guy. Every time I buy from him, I get 100 swabs.
You talking about with who?
Man. I sent an email. What's the damn company?
He goes through RAL, doesn't he?
No, that's the testing, but the swabs.
Oh,
is the swabs from RAL?
Yeah, the swabs are from RAL. I
think they are.
That's where I get mine from.
All right, so I get 100 pack every time I buy. I get 100. I just go to the same email and keep it ordering.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got to send an email for him to put it on that.
Right.
And yeah, man, I started testing like crazy. I started testing. Everything came in testing. I found Nido was in my collection. Not in my collection, it was in my quarantine. So I'm not gonna name no names in this party. Whether the person I was trying to sell to, I got it from. So I took this animal in from somebody who needed it. They was in an emergency situation. I took the animal in. It was in my quarantine. I got a very strict quarantine, by the way. My quarantine is in my room. Don't nothing get exposed to my collection. The imports is gonna be minimum 9 months or longer. If I get some captive bred, it's gonna be 3 months.
Would you change your clothes also from going from one room to the other? Like, would you wear?
Yeah. Okay. No, I do all that. I'm showering all that. When I mess with I go mess with my. When I wake up in the room, the first thing I do is deal with that snake. Take a shower, then go deal with my man collection of that room.
Okay.
But my quarantine is in my room, so every time I wake up in the morning, I want to know what's going on. And the truth be told is the animal just didn't look like how they did in the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
In the pictures, animals, people tend to take a lot of nice real pictures at the perfect shade and perfect overcast with green trees.
Yeah.
And the animals, they look real nice. When you get them in, you're like, this don't look like that real nice ass picture under that trees.
Sometimes it's not even that animal. Sometimes it's like, what the fuck? This ain't it. You know?
Hit you with the okie doke. Overlay for underplay, man.
Right.
And so truth is, that was what it was. So I wanted to sell the animal, and I post the animal for sale for no more than what I got it for, same exact price. And somebody reached out to me and they said, "Cool, I buy the animal. I'm gonna give you half on it, but I need to Nido test it." I said, "No problem."
Mm-hmm.
Nido tested, came back positive.
Yeah.
I said, "Huh?" So I immediately refund they half. The person I bought it from, I hit him up. "Hey, check it out. What's up with this?" I'm thinking you trying to sabotage my collection because you hit it off. You throw it off on me on an emergency tip, but it got Nido. So now I'm thinking you knew this damn thing had Nido and you put it off on me. Come to find out it wasn't that. He didn't know it had Nido, but he wasn't testing for Nido as diligently as we do now. and the person he got it from was playing real fast and loose with animals. A lot of trading, moving here and there, breeding fast here and there. That's how we found it. So we ended up working that deal out. But shout out to quarantine. So our quarantine is important, man. Whether you get it from, so then everything from now on coming into quarantine. Whether I get it from somebody I've been knowing for 10 years or somebody I've been knowing for 2 days. My animal I got from Patrick is sat in quarantine for 3 months.
So let me tell you,
and Patrick, my OG.
I love Patrick, but Patrick,
I don't trust nobody more than Patrick in the snake game.
I don't trust. Nah, see, I trust Sock more than anybody, bro.
Maybe Travis.
Patrick, I love you to death, but you dabble with way too many dangerous things at some point where it would make sense to go ahead and quarantine anything from Patrick. And you're right, you should quarantine from anybody, but I would never quarantine anything from Socrates. I'll tell you that right now. I will publicly say that I ain't quarantined shit from that guy. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, look. Hey, if God was breeding chondros, his chondro will be in quarantine. If I get that GOD 2307,
yeah,
the 3 months. Look, all respect to you, God, but it's going in quarantine, fam. If I get that, it's going in quarantine.
Yeah,
ain't nobody special because see, again, the animal that Mikey Marsh got, the animal didn't leave the location that left from sick. But it arrived sick,
right?
And they had a respiratory infection. So what if he didn't have a quarantine?
I mean, you got to have a quarantine, right? I mean,
then what? He put that right in, and then
things can't get sick. Things could go from being healthy to sick all the time. So you got to.
And it ain't nothing. It's never against the breeder. I would tell somebody if they was to get an animal from me, do the same thing.
Yeah.
Put your animal in quarantine for 3 months because you don't know. You don't know what the hell FedEx or whatever source you're using for your shipping did with it. Yeah, now, FedEx, by the rules, they say they're going to do this, but you don't know when somebody even kicked that motherfucker behind the scenes, punting. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to get in details, man, but I had a homie who got 2 basins in dead, dog, DOA. We're talking like $30,000 animals. We're not talking any kind of, we're talking like rare world basins, bro, that came in completely just fucking rolled out. And it was probably one of the saddest things I've ever seen. And it wasn't the breeder's fault or the buyer's fault. It was just like something that had happened, I guess, during transition. And it was scary to think, bro. That kind of shit right there makes me not want to ship nothing, to be honest. Because
and you always double. And when I was like when I went. Because when I first got into green trees, I didn't come in just like, oh, I'm going off Cyclops. I went, I was buying a bunch of random shit, Tamikas and all that shit, BX here and all that, Aru crosses. But when I sold those animals, I bought all those animals from babies. So when I was shipping, I'm like, man, I was so nervous. I'm like, can you please let me know? I'm like, look, I know I ain't breed this animal. I ain't have to do none of the process of establishing it. But can you please let me know when to get there because I just want to just send me a picture and let me know it's breathing.
Yeah. So I mean, let me ask you this: would you add another import if it was the right import today?
No.
So done. You're done.
Yeah, I'm good now. On the import side, I'm good now. I got a lot of Cyclops over there.
That's a good place to be, bro.
I got a lot of Cyclops over because I haven't even posted all my Cyclops on my page. I got a lot of Cyclops.
So what are we looking at as far as the amount of pairings you have going on for this year and next year?
So I'm working with 3 main things that I'll do. Okay. I'm working with my Cyclops because it's gonna be forever. The artifact based stuff is not 100% artifact. It's a heavy percentage artifact. And then that black animal you see on my page, I post as Jamaica. So that comes from the Black Pearl lineage. What I'm gonna do is that's a yellow Neo. She probably like 75 to 80% black, and she's 3 years old. So with that animal is I'm gonna work with that animal to produce animals that look like that red and yellow Neos. The Black Pearl line That's the animals that Mark Hager worked with. That same bloodline.
Shut the mark. Yeah.
The John Leckie blood, which is Rob World blood, traced back to Black Pearl, and the Black Pearl was yellow Neos that's known for getting heavy black on them, and that's what I want. I want yellow and red Neos to get black on them, but specifically yellows.
What would you want? Like, let's just say best case scenario, you go 3 for 3, and let's just say establishing even goes your way. Everything looks great for you. How would you delegate? How would you delegate sales? I don't think sales would be a problem because what you have, but like I know you're not going to want to just sell to fucking anybody, right? Like, or what would you do? Like, I'm curious how you would delegate the sales.
The repeat Cyclops pairing, I don't think I'm selling none of those babies.
Respect.
I wouldn't. The first question, I wasn't selling none of them.
Right. I'll tell you what, I ain't selling shit.
The repeat narco. I'll be honest with you, MJ, man. I ain't in the rest of. I'm not breeding for money.
Good.
And I ain't trying to take a shot at nobody else. But
yeah, but
if I was breeding for money, what I would have did was, I wouldn't have been waiting for Cyclops, because I could have had this Cyclops shit off the ground maybe like 3 years ago. But it just wasn't the Cyclops that I wanted. It was other people. Other people send me Cyclops, dude. I have people like liquidating their collection. They be like, hey, look, this dude got a Cyclops right here. Look at this. I'm like, man, it just ain't what I like.
Yeah, I feel you.
And it took me a long time to get the 2 males that I like, because I'm picky. Mm-hmm. And I probably didn't hit my head against the wall. I didn't, you know what I'm saying? But I'm stubborn, and I like what I like.
I hear you. That's
what I'm saying. So if everything go right with my 3 parents, the narco baby is probably gonna stay here, because my ultimate goal with the Cyclops is I want to create a blue Cyclops.
Nice.
Like this ain't like me having one clutch of Cyclops and I'd be like, all right, cool, he had a nice clutch of Cyclops. No. In like 25 years, I want if we here, we still here. I want to be people to be like, hey, I got a Cyclops, and I want them to be like the first thing. Like, did you get that from Keno? Is that one of them Keno Cyclops?
I want one in
Windy City.
I want one of the Windy City Cyclops. You feel me?
Did you get one of them? Is that one of them? Because I want to be able to. I want my animals like that. I want to be able to create locality animals that look like designers.
That's what I'm. Hey, listen, that's why I'm so happy, Keno. I'm at where I'm at with my import game, because all my females, I got 12 adult females, bro, and all locality shit, all pure localities. And I'm like, dude, wait a minute. Let me think about this. Designers all came from pure localities. That's what made so why chase someone else's fucking, goddamn dream when you could make your own localities designers from scratch? And honestly, I mean, that's why I'm like, that's why I can't wait to get this shit going, because
you know why? The reason why, because it takes too long, and people want the instant, the microwave.
Those people don't stick around though. You know what I mean? Those people are in and out, and that's fine. That's why this chondro game, not for everybody, that's for damn sure. But it's the people who definitely want it for themselves, not for the clout, not for the money. This is a personal thing. And I gotta tell you, I take all this shit personal when it comes to taking these fucking lumps on the face, but it's all good. You know what I mean? Day by day, bro. Like I appreciate so much that you've been fascinated about chondros since 06. I think that's awesome.
Well, it was once I found out how green they was, and then like we had the blue snakes then, but back then you didn't see as many, like how Dave D putting out consistent blue snakes.
Yeah.
They wasn't for sale as readily as how Dave doing it,
bro. I remember there was an email. Socrates was one of those people who like were on top of Dave's emails, because before he posted
are you talking about that run he had like 3 years ago in 19 when he bought like? Yeah, I know.
I'm talking like back to back.
But he had like a 2-month run. It was like a 2-month run where he went stupid.
I was like,
he just went insane, right?
I ain't ever seen anyone spend that kind of money back to back. And mind you, he already has White Diamond. He already has all this other shit, bro. Like, it's hot in that room, bro.
He did an insane run. I ain't gonna lie. It was like every week I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
He sent me a picture. Oh, okay, damn.
Yeah.
He just kept adding bangers.
I have a wrap-up question before we get into some hot seat questions, okay?
Yeah.
Overall, like I love the passion behind everything you spoke about tonight. But do you agree that, or let me rephrase that. Would you want the chondro game to get bigger? What I mean by bigger, would you want more people to be successful at this? Or do you feel like it's never going to be like that because the way the patience and the timing is, and I don't think there's enough people who are willing to go through that. What do you think? Do you think it's always going to stay niche like how we have it?
Yeah. Do I want it to stay like that? My goal is to create on top of whatever I want to do besides me. Right. On the barroom, I just want to create better keepers.
Yeah.
If you want to breed, that's on you. I'm not telling you not to breed. I'm not pushing you to breed. Now, if you want to breed, I use with the little bit of knowledge I got, and I'll help you with that. But me, I like the map. Me, I'm gonna always say this, and you're gonna have me. This is gonna probably be repetitive, but I'm a master the basics, dude. Master the basics.
Yeah,
that's for me. I'm trying to master the basics of keeping, and I pride myself on being like a dope ass keeper first. Being able to know my animals and what's going on. Like, okay, damn, why is this female hanging so loosely coiled like that when I've never bred her before? It got to be something wrong. And then I find out my probe placement got knocked down, so it was overheating now. Stuff like that. But somebody that's thirsty to breed might have thought, oh well, she's hanging loose like that because she might be presenting her tail in a come get me type of fashion.
Right.
If you want to be a breeder, that's cool. Do it. If I ain't got the answers, I'll put you in the space of somebody who can. But I say, man, before you be a breeder, before you walk, crawl first.
Yeah, be a keeper first, man.
Master keeping. Master keeping.
Because like you said, man, like let's just say something happened, Keno, and you wake up the next day and nothing's able to breed, unfortunately. I still feel like you would really enjoy your collection.
And you know what? Before I switched over to Cyclops and being picky, what I did right now, I didn't have that, MJ. I'll come in here and I had my chondros at first, and I was speeding through like, all right, let me hurry and finish feeding this one so I can get to my next one. Yeah. Now, man, every cage I go back glitch, and I'll be like, man, I can't wait to breed glitch to Jamaica because glitch is a Maroke Biak that I raised up from baby that was a red Neo that was completely patternless. And he has white and black on him. And Jamaica got all this damn black on her. And then I look at my other parents, damn, I can't wait to breed my Cyclops because this Cyclops with that Cyclops. And I get excited about my whole collection now, man. Every cage I can't go by and it's like, I love this one. I love this one.
Like that. It has to be
to the point I fuck up and sometimes forget to take pictures. And forget to take video. Then I got to go back and take it because I used to sit there and be like, yeah, look at this. Now, man, I sit there and I'm cleaning out my thing and I got my little handmade purchase. I make the stands. And I just sit there with my animals. I sit there with my animals and my son walk around in his walker looking at the animals and then he looking at her and she looking at him.
Yeah.
And I just sit there for like an hour, interacting with my snake. The snake crawling on my head while I'm in the water. And before I knew it, I ain't took no videos, no pictures. I done put the snake back in there. There's fresh water and all that.
And you know what? It's kind of a double-edged sword because, like, you want to enjoy that time with your animals. You don't want distraction, but at the end of the day, bro, you're doing yourself a disservice by not taking that video and flexing that shit later on. If that's what you want, I gotta say, Chondro Bar, I feel like you would want that thing to start picking up, that show to start picking up, but more importantly, your own page to start picking up. So I just encourage anyone out there, no matter how good of a time you're having with your epic snake, take that one picture, that one video, and put that shit in the albums. And when you got time, post it, and you're good. And if you start doing that to every snake, you're gonna have albums full of shit. And I'm just saying, bro, a lot of your hard work deserves to be shown off because it's very inspiring. And like I said, man, this whole podcast was inspiring because I got to know your roots a little bit more. I got to see what it was that made you want to be so patient behind the successful clutch that you had this year. And you know what, man, just I feel like you're grooming yourself to be
Yeah.
ready for anything, bro. You got to be ready for anything, good or bad. You got to be ready for it, you know?
And I do that, but what I like about the ballroom is that we creating like basically like an audio book of people who like haven't had green cheese before, some that's just starting, and some that then forgot more shit about green cheese that I'm still trying to learn.
Yeah.
And dog, if you would have told me that a year ago that I would have been able to talk to Greg Maxwell,
yeah, my
I would
dog.
have thought you was lying.
Shout out to Greg, man.
I would have been like, nah, I don't believe you. I don't
Yeah.
believe you. Come on, you talking crazy. You know what I'm saying?
I was nervous for that episode. I'll never forget. Shout out to Gary Shavino, but Gary Shavino's the reason why I was able to even link up with Greg when I brought him on the show last year. And I was like, I had this book right here, had all these notes. And I was just like, you know, you never know how someone's going to be, you know, but I've had the pleasure of meeting Greg, and I knew he was really cool, down to earth. And man, he you know,
especially with the young people, you know, like they like these young punks or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You don't know how they're gonna approach it, and then you meet some of these people and they cooling the damn fam, man.
They're all young at heart, man. Bill Stiegel, Marshall, fucking good. They're all young at heart, bro. None of these guys act their age. Let me just tell you that.
Well,
I love them to death, though, man. I gotta tell you, and I gotta tell you, Keno, I would love to bring you back on this show, man. This is I feel like there's a lot more for us to go back and forth about, for sure. Maybe I could bring the homie Travis on. Maybe we'll have like this little round table. But man, thank you so much. I do have hot seat questions before I let you go tonight. Are you cool?
Come on, what's up? What's up? Come on, bring it. Talk to me.
Hey, I also want to say, did you ever hear me once tell anyone to get the likes up?
Yeah.
Did you hear me? I didn't say that at least once tonight. I don't think. And guess what?
No, I think you said that right at the beginning, but ever since then, no, it's just been rolling.
Normally I gotta check fools and remind them. I didn't have to do that once, bro. All the likes are up right now. I think we're just shy of 70 likes, and we had 80.
I don't like. Oh, y'all didn't get them likes up.
They're all over it, bro.
They stepping for your boy.
They loved it, bro. And so we're gonna end this with style, man. Here we go. Hot seat questions for Keno. Windy City Chondros coming in hot. You ready?
What's up? Talk to me.
Here we go. Frozen thought or live?
Frozen thought.
A cut or no cut?
No cut.
Red Chondro Neo or yellow Chondro Neo?
Come on now. You gotta look. You gotta be more specific.
No, it's either a red of any a shade of red or a shade of yellow. Which one?
Red.
All right. Favorite locality?
Come on, Cyclops, baby. Red Cyclops. Not yellow Cyclops. Red Cyclops.
Least favorite locality?
The rules. I hate their body. I hate the roly-poly body.
I heard they're fucked up, like stubborn eaters too when they're born. I heard they're pain in the asses from people.
That's cool. I just don't like their body structure. Like, say if I was to have a clutch full of monsters, I just don't like how they look like. They look like worms.
They look like Amazon tree boas.
Yeah, I don't like the roly-poly body. It's like a slug, like a big ass slug.
Pre-first shed meal or post-first shed meal?
Post shed.
Yay imports or boo imports?
Oh, import 100%. Yay.
One reptile you would import anywhere around the world, what would it be?
So I heard Komodo dragon is a stock answer, so I'm not gonna give that. I'm gonna say wherever I can get me a nice ass capuchin monkey from.
Oh damn, that's what's up.
I want to raise me a capuchin monkey from a little baby. I want to have a room dedicated ropes and shit. He can swing loose and all that.
To spray or mist a chondro, or to never spray and mist a chondro?
I spray even as adults.
Yay sports or boo sports?
What? Every Monday you can catch this 40. I'm dropping 40 like I'm old Kobe. Tuesday morning I'm broke down. I'm dragging myself to steals, but Monday night I still got it.
So favorite
sports till I die.
Favorite sport of all time?
Baseball.
Favorite baseball team?
White Sox.
Damn, respect. Okay. Steak or fish?
I'm gonna go fish. I've been on the health kick the last few years. Perch.
Favorite fish out there, if you're like, no matter the
Perch.
restaurant. Perch. Got you. Okay, got you. All right. Favorite Chicago rapper?
That's a good question.
Got him.
Damn, that's a good question right there. Oh,
who's the one that will never play out the playlist? Always a banger for you. Like and something personal, something that you like.
Do or Die.
Damn.
I'm gonna listen to Do or Die till I die.
Do you want to ride?
That smoke and ride. Do you?
Yeah,
rest in peace, Johnny P.
Man, what a group. West Coast rap or East Coast rap? If you had to pick between the West and the East.
West Coast all day.
All right. Little word association. First thing to come to mind: milk,
cereal,
substrate,
puppy pad,
tubs.
Yes, sir.
Mice or rats?
Rats all day.
Stuck shed.
Soap / shower.
Favorite chondro breeder of all time? Can't say yourself.
I be my own snake. Rico.
Rest in peace, Rico, man.
Rico. I got a lot of respect for Rico. I never got to meet Rico.
Me neither.
But he inspired me a lot. I remember watching them Dark Pass videos and dude come on with the drums, and you see Rico feeding, and you see all his snakes, boom, and you see, and I love how Rico had it on his site where you could just click and see every locality and what this and the mixed and all that, and yeah,
he really did things differently.
Rico, I'm gonna and number 2, I'm gonna say 1A Rico, 1B is Vladimir Onichenko.
Another one. He passed away too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Vladimir passed away after Rico, right? Like shortly after Rico.
Yep. So yeah, that's crazy how we lost.
He's from Russia, right?
Yes, we lost
2 legends.
2 legends on like one on the farm tip and one in like the USA tip within a short amount of time. It was crazy how that shit happened. It was almost like hey, one left was like, hey partner, come on up here.
Right. Damn. All right. Well, listen.
Rest in peace, both of them, man.
If you had to say one thing to any new chondro breeder out there, and I'm talking about anyone who hasn't bred yet, but they got it. They got all the tools. They got everything, but hasn't happened yet. What is your message to any new chondro breeder out there?
Have patience. Have patience. It's easy to look at people that you see people that's like that's hitting it out the park. And it seems like every time they post, they got a fire ass clutch that's hatching out the thing. And a lot of people don't post their L's. I'm gonna tell them that. A lot of people don't post their L's. So be patient. When you aspiring breeder, you're gonna have L's. Whether they come during the breeding stage, you might lose some female, or you might after the breeding stage, you might lose eggs along the way, or during the establishing process, you might lose neos there.
Right.
You're gonna take losses in green trees, but have patience. And if you stick it out and you plan a long road, your wins gonna even out. Your wins gonna even out. But if you not and you trying to do it fast and you playing fast with it, you probably gonna burn out because the L's gonna come faster than they would for somebody who not patient.
And listen, I want this so bad where patience I learned to have. I mean, even though I'm not perfect at it, but goddamn, I just know there's times where you just keep your mouth shut and just wait. All you got to do is wait, because without waiting, it's not going to be fun for you. You know what I mean?
They try you, yeah. and it's like, trust me, that patience paid off, man. Because when you see a baby snake finally take after you sitting there for like an hour, doing everything you can, and you at your wit's end, and all of a sudden he get mad and he take it. You sitting there staring at him like a damn fool in the middle of the night with a little bit of light like this, and you like, and your lady about to come through and get her that bottle one. You like, don't move, don't walk by, don't say shit to me. And you see like 20 minutes later he is eating. Man, that feeling that I felt 3 times so far, 9 times each, no, 8 times each, because I still got one that ain't cooperating. But that feeling, I don't think no Zelle or no Cash App could ever exchange that.
It's priceless.
It can't, man. Even if you send that snake off, man, the moments you build them with that snake and seeing how it turn on, and if some snakes that was running from the food the first time, and now I got like a couple that's just boom and rapping, and then before I even go to the next one, it's like halfway down, and I see them, it's only 3 meals in. Now this shit could go completely left,
100%.
Like you should. I could start getting prolapses every night, whatever. But just seeing that, just seeing that from what happened last year, man, be patient, y'all, and just because you take one L, don't let it take you down, man. It ain't a loss, man. Turn your L's into lessons.
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, man, that's what strengthens you. Like all those losses makes you fucking almost unbreakable. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like once you put those emotions out the door and you just realize, and I get it. Some losses are going to hurt more than others, but
yeah, we human.
Something good's going to come. I'm telling you, man, there's something about being able to take your licks and then wait for that positivity to hit you. I just haven't had it yet in the chondro game, but I've had it in ball pythons. I've had it with the super dwarfs. So it's just about the timing. I mean, everything happens when it happens.
Man, you got to keep pushing, MJ. It's going to come.
Rob, I'm into
Trust me. It's going to come.
I got 12 adult females, motherfucker. I ain't going nowhere. You feel me? Let's go. But listen, thank you so much for tonight, Keno. We had just shy of 90 people tapped in tonight. What do you have to say to everyone fucking with you, all your supporters, everyone out there wanting you to rock and win out there, bro?
So everybody want me to win. I appreciate you. I love you more than you ever know, man. To everybody who pulled up tonight, I truly appreciate the love, man.
Big time.
To the chondro barroom, y'all some fools. Thank y'all for pulling up, man. I appreciate everybody who shared this, because man, you got a little army too, man. It was people that never interacted with my page, just sharing stuff, and I was just saying it. I was like,
bro. Damn. Did you have to question the trap like that, bro? Come on now.
So you know what I'm saying? You got a little heavy little following. I saw that they was in force. So I appreciate all them, everybody who pulled up, and thank you for sure, man. It ain't this a victory lap, but it ain't, because I still got unfinished business, man. I'm here. I at least got another 30 years of this.
And we're just getting started, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the beauty of this. We're all just getting started, man. And
hey, I got some pairs together already right now.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, look, the future looks bright, Keno. I gotta say, man, I'm looking forward to bringing you back on the show someday and us sharing experiences. But honestly, this is what is going to help the future out, is by us chopping it up like this and us getting this shit out.
I look forward to coming on the show where you pulling out MJ 20 so-and-so.
Yeah, man. We'll see day by day, bro. Either way, I'm going to be here rocking, man. But I got to say thank you to everyone who tapped in tonight. Give it up for my boy Keno, Windy City Chondros, ladies and gentlemen.
Appreciate that, y'all. Thanks for pulling up, man.
Hey, thank you, Keno. Keep being you, man. I got to say, you're doing shit on a whole other level being player, bro. So thank you so much. We'll be talking soon, and have a good night.
All right. Appreciate y'all. Love.
Later, Keno. Peace. Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about, man. Real shit right there. I got to say, I like that dude. Just like his whole vibe, because everything he does has nothing to do with making money. And it's crazy how that changes everything, right? When you meet somebody whose sole purpose is just to garden the fruits of the labor, right? And get that shit to just kind of just grow and just enjoy it. You know, I mean, that's where I'm at. I mean, I want to watch it grow. I want to sit back and just enjoy it and keep telling motherfuckers, no, it ain't for sale. No, it ain't for sale. I'm not gonna lie, man. My old toxic side of me just likes saying no to people. It's fucking awesome. Especially when it's something where I'm like, I know you want this, but you ain't ever gonna get this someday. Oh man, good episode. Thank you everyone who tapped in. I mean, shit, the likes are up. Thank you so much for all the likes. But if this was your first time tapping in, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, especially if you're into keeping reptiles, breeding reptiles, admiring all the above. This is a podcast you want to be a part of. So hit that notification bell will make sure that you stay on top of everything. And again, thank you to my guest, Keno. One of my favorite new breeders in the chondro game for sure. And thank you, Keno, for always rocking with me. I got to say, Keno's been fucking with me for a few years now. And yeah, man, it's one cool-ass dude for sure. So make sure you go give him a follow on Instagram, please. Windy City Chondros on IG. And be ready because tomorrow night we are back with Fat Snake Tuesdays. Got somebody super heavy. And when I say heavy, man, I'm like, the respect that this guy has in the mainland reticulated python community is fucking next level. He's probably one of the best doing it today. And I have a secret guest who's going to be joining us. But fuck, man, just be ready for Shane Costello from SC Constrictors coming to the platform tomorrow, 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, episode 357, Fat Snake Tuesdays. A lot going to be discussed, okay? And again, we have a special guest. So be ready. Coolest reptile podcast in the world, and that's a fact. Episode 356, that's a wrap. Okay. By the way, don't forget, join my Patreon page if you want to tap in with over 170 trappers. All right. Chondros, emerald tree boas, ball pythons, python species, all being talked about. Trap Talk Patreon family. Come fuck with us. Guys, have a good night. I'll see you here Thursday, or actually see you here tomorrow, 6 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. It's a wrap. Chee.